Hello and welcome to me going through some of my favourite Christmas singles. There are some that I suppose I could have thrown in where I'm not all that keen on, but maybe I should do that as another one. These are my favourites and these are my not so favourites. Because what I do is that I buy Christmas records or Christmas singles because I actually really do quite like Christmas music. And some of the LPs or singles or whatever are just dire. It's kind of like they're trying to cash in on the whole Christmas thing or something like that. But anyway, my first one is, and there are some Australian ones as well. So my first one is Rockin' Christmas by Old 55. And it's just your typical sort of Rockin' Christmas, isn't it? And on one side you've got a kind of very bad cartoon, kind of like Santa with a love heart on his cheek. There's one very cherubic Santa there. I wonder what's in that bottle. And that reindeer looks a little bit disturbing too. But on the other side we've got what the group looks like there, and wishing you a greasy Christmas. Now, because Old 55 were rockers, that's where the greasy thing would have come from, the whole Brylcreem thing. Let's not get into what Brylcreem can... But don't you love the sunnies on the reindeer there? And as for that Santa, dear oh dear. I would say they got extremely merry before that photo shoot there. Now, next up is one of the Christmas singles that I bought, which effectively was saying that it was a Christmas single, but I actually really liked it. It's one of those that I'll always sort of put. Hey Mr. Christmas by Showaddywaddy. It's a UK group. They had a few, they were kind of a little, I suppose you could say like a doo-wop type group, for want of a better term. And they had a couple of hits. Under the Moon of Love was their big one. But I played this and I was like, oh my God, I love this. You know, this is just the way, I just noticed it's not for sale, so obviously you didn't go very far. Either that or they were just kind of putting it out there to see how it would go with the radio stations. That's what those demo things are. They put it to the radio station and the radio station went, you're kidding, are you? But yeah, this is just one of those that I really liked. The next one, remember the Goodies? Goody, goody, yum, yum. Well, they did a Christmas single. Bom, bom, boing, boing, ding-a-ling. And that's Make a Daft Noise for Christmas for you. Bom, bom, boing, boing, ding-a-ling. Which I suppose is what you would expect from the Goodies, where you're going to make a daft noise for Christmas. But towards the end, it's... I suppose it's typical of that humour. It's like, make a daft noise, and they all repeat it. So when they make a daft noise, the other boys, they repeat it. So you've got at the end of that, which it's one of those novelty singles that I actually really do quite like. And and speaking of novelty, I just pulled this one out too. Bjorn Again, Santa Claus is coming to town. That's really what they do. They sing Santa Claus is coming to town in the very ABBA fashion, and it really works. The song is based on Waterloo. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. That's how they do it. That was another one where a little bit, but I played it, I was like, oh, okay, this is a lot of fun. The B-side, Little Drummer Boy, not really. It was based around Fernando, so where the A-side was based around Waterloo, the B-side was based around Fernando. And it just really doesn't seem to work for me. If ever I play the single, it's always the A-side. So it was a slower thing. I guess they sort of decided, well, we'll have the faster paced one on one side and the slower ballad type on the other side. But I guess you've got to have a B-side, don't you? Now, getting a little bit serious with our Christmas stuff, we've got The Carpenters, Merry Christmas Darling. Now, it's a very sombre little thing, sort of like My Christmas Card, it's Merry Christmas. But it's a real pretty little song. But it's a gatefold sleeve, and It's got the lyrics in case you're not sure what Karen's singing there. Of course they do. The B side to it is Close to You, so I suppose you may as well have a Merry Christmas Darling while the person's close to you. So it's kind of done in a bit of a Christmas card fashion, but not really. It's sort of, yeah. And then on the other side of it, they're plugging a Greatest Hits LP. I don't know about that. This comes from the UK, so it's a UK copy, which, of course, if it's from the UK, means that it is a UK copy. It'd be... Oh, then again, I got it in Australia, a UK copy from Australia, so it's an Australian UK copy. I think I'll continue with another thing, hadn't I? Next up, let's go with the Partridge Family. Now, as you can see, this is a Japanese pressing. Yeah, so it says Jingle Bell. Maybe they're confusing that with the Bell Records thing, perhaps. It's a Japanese single. My goodness, how can you tell? Because of the holly. So yeah, it's Jingle Bell and White Christmas. And it's I'm dreaming. It's really nice try, guys. But some of the I've heard the Christmas album, and oh dear, My Christmas Card to You for me is probably one of the better songs on that LP, because it's the typical thing. They probably recorded the album in half a day, decided to like, yeah, we'll just throw this out at you with a Merry Christmas Darling. Next up is another Australian group, which I think they must have gotten together for this or something like that, I don't know, but it's the Red Hot Rockin' Santas with Another Rock and Roll Christmas. And I've forgotten who originally did this, but this is a lot of fun to listen to as well. It's just let me see. Oh, it's Gary Glitter. Well, if I'm ever going to have a version of Another Rock and Roll Christmas, I'd rather it be by them than Gary Glitter. But anyway, for their version is a good fun version. So yeah, this one is another one that I chuck on the turntable, and hope like hell it turns for starters, otherwise you're not going to hear a thing. But yeah, it's another enjoyable one. I actually really do quite enjoy this one. It usually, for me, will go after something like Hey Mr. Christmas by Shawadi Wadi. So like all those songs, like they all sound really good together. Probably the novelty value, I suppose, I'm not sure. But Lucky Last, I think it's sort of fair enough to end on this, where you wish it could be Christmas every day by Wizard or Wizard or whatever. And unlike the Carpenters one, this is a little bit more like a Christmas card. There we go. The boys from Wizard, whoever, giving us the full-on Santa treatment there, even if Santa himself looks really like he would rather be anywhere else. Yes, but poor Santa, he looks like he's sitting on some very sharp holly, doesn't he? Oh, I thought for a second it sort of continued into the thing, and I'm thinking, oh, I don't have to rip this. I think what's happened was that the previous owner thought that, it's like, oh, do I have to rip this to see a surprise, a Christmas surprise, perhaps? But that's the side I should have shown. That's the side of the single there. Even if it looks like he's done a bit of sweeping of the snow, no wonder he doesn't look happy. I suppose, given the look on his face, I would suspect that either side of that broom would have you in the firing line. But the shining star is above him, so looks like he's borrowed his top from Cher. Oh well, as long as the broom did its job, that's the main thing. Maybe that's the idea of him being a wizard. He could magically make those stairs clear of snow, even if it looks like he has done anything but. So anyway, on that note of wishing it could be Christmas every day, oh gosh, could you imagine that? Oh, you'd get blasted with store sales every single day. That would be kind of like, save now for Christmas. Oh, well, if you can't save for tomorrow, you can save for next week because it'll still be Christmas. 20% off. Then they'd be kind of arguing as to what percentage off they'd have. Yes, well, on that kind of note, any Christmas particular note, well, you'd be going ding dong ding. On that note with the jingle bells, that can be something like that. Thank you very much for watching. Please do all the likes and subscribes and the bells and the jingles and stuff like that. And hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Please take care of yourself, especially over the Christmas period when people can be a bit silly on the roads and stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Again, please take care, and hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Ciao!